process, as I was saying, flower is still a big part of the market, but I think over time, as we get older, the people that have been smoking and they go on the happy trails and the younger people come on board, you're going to see a more oil-intense market, I think, evolve, and over time, flower will become the minority and oil-related products will become the superiority. Once again, I'll give this presentation, so I'll give this to the organization, so if you want it, you can get it on a PDF. Colorado has a medical card process. So last year, they finished the year about 106,000, well, year before, about 106,000 on the registry. This year, I think they finished about 96 or 97,000. Colorado's medical sales this year are projected to be about $400 million. If I take 100,000 people and I say they're all buying their fair share of the marketplace, that's $4,000 each annually. If I look at the cost of wholesale versus retail flower or oils or extractions, I'm going to estimate that the average person is consuming an ounce to just a little bit over an ounce monthly. Now we still have people that walk in our stores that have other plant cap licenses where you're allowed to buy a pound a day for 3 days. They come in and they buy their pound. Now I know it's in New York or Florida or maybe here in Arkansas, but there's a lot of gray market material, and that's material that's bought legally, but it's then distributed illegally. So whether or not you all have your 2 ounces every 2 weeks, I saw some information here recently where the market was expected to be 150,000 pounds for 37 or 38,000 patients. Holy crap. If you guys hit that market stride, more power to you. I think that's 2 years off if you're lucky. So it really depends upon how your marketplace evolves. I have a pro forma I'll pull up as we get further into this and kind of show you how we typically plug and play numbers. So demographic in Colorado, 90+% of the people use severe pain as their claim to get a card. Yes, sir.
You said you thought the market was going to be a certain amount, and it's going to grow from there, but are you saying that you don't think it could be that because of production or because of demand?
I don't think consumption and demand will be there. I think that it's going to be a while before this really catches on, and maybe I think you have 207 people on your website today that have gotten a card. I mean, you know, at the end of the first year, you guys have 3 million people, I think, adult population in the state, maybe a little less. 1% would be 30,000. You know, Colorado in its heyday, right after the Ogden Memorandum, got up to 2%. And half of that was bullshit, because most people were calling anybody they knew to go get a card because they needed them to assign those 6 plants so they could grow them. So you had people, the Williams family called up nephews, cousins, friends, anybody they knew, hey, go get a card, we'll even reimburse you the $50. You'll never use it, but give us the card so we can grow the plants. So when you saw the jump from, you know, basically 40,000+ people in 2009 to 80,000 the end of 2010, and 85 or 90,000 the end of 2011, a lot of that growth in card holders was a little bit of a puffery, if you will. Yeah, it was mainly there because people that were growers needed to have enough plant count to be able to grow efficiently. So in this marketplace, that's not the case. It's a very simple proposition. You're fortunate to be ahead of that curve. We had the old caregiver model, so it just had to be adopted. So that model has since been moved on. So when you look at your adoption rates here, I'm going to suspect that most people will come in and get it because they have the chronic pain, severe pain, and muscle spasms, or whatever those elements are within your rules and regs. Because that's the easiest thing to demonstrate. Oh, I used to play tennis, you know, when I was younger. You know, I'm a bricklayer, I'm a manual laborer, and I have back pain, or I have carpal tunnel syndrome, or I watch too much TV, and whatever. So right now we know that nationally men outnumber women about 2 to 1 as far as normal access and use and purchasing. The 25 to 29-year-old market seems to be the largest. The customer spending per trip typically runs in the $25 to $50 range. And once again, you'll get all this if you want this chart. Annual spending, once again, it varies. Now here are your categories. Flower, 48%. Pre-rolls were 11.5. So about 61% was basically attributable as of July 16 through headset to flower sales. The balance was an oil-based product. There's more current information, but my team hasn't updated the slide apparently, so I apologize. In 2016, we were about 1.1 million. At the 10th month, we ended up at about 1.3. Medical in 2016 was 371. I think we ended up just over $410 million on medical in 2016. These are pricing trends just for Washington. Talks about the average price of an item under $10 versus the items over $10. Business type. So we look at the enterprise and we say you could be a cultivator, you could be a processor, you could be a dispensary, you could be testing, you could be a security provider, you could be in the supply chain, soils, consumables, nutrients. You could be a professional service. You could be a lobbyist. I hear the lobbyists of all bought new cars this year thanks to the cannabis industry. So you guys can pat yourselves on the back. I think they were decided to have some new money come into their keeping, and they probably earned every nickel they got. And then of course investor opportunities. So we typically look at those are the types of businesses that you would typically see having an opportunity to be involved in. The pros and cons are pretty straightforward. I don't want to spend too much time on this because you've probably already seen most of these types of slides and you can have them later. We can talk about cultivation, and what we basically would like to put out there is that there's no wrong way to grow your plants. There are ways that are perhaps more efficient, more time consuming, more labor intense, but at the end of the day it's pure and simple manufacturing. Highest quality, lowest cost. So the golden ticket anymore is $1 a gram. If I can grow it for $1 a gram or less, I'm going to be pretty competitive in the market. So that $450 a pound is a pretty good number for your all-in cost of cultivation. Now that typically doesn't include real estate or people going to Hawaii because their owners are making buttloads of money and they're taking money out of the company.